Hey guys, Leroy Diesel, got some battery cables here to show you. This is going to be a new product we offer. Right now, it's only the 96 and newer. I will be developing a kit once I have a vehicle here to do a little prototype on, but there's some subtle differences because the alternator's on the opposite side, that kind of thing. So let me just kind of go through this. You'll get two 4-gauge cables like this, and this one is going to the alternator on the passenger side for a 96 and newer. You'll get another one over here. That's the one that will go from the driver's side battery over to the fuse box. That's what your main power is going to be into the cab and all that. You get two heavy ground cables. This will go from the battery to wherever on the engine, the intake manifold, usually a popular spot. So you'll have two of those. There's another one there coiled up. You'll get two of the super heavy duty positive cables. These are just shy of 6 feet long, and those are 2-gauge 2-aught cables. It's very flexible. I mean, extremely flexible stuff. You can see that they're made in USA, and that's what I'm most liking about these cables, is that they're made in USA, but they're just super high quality. The heat shrink on them is top notch, and so I'm going to offer these as a kit. You get the battery clamps, this style. You'll get 4 of those, and you'll also get the battery boots that will accept this type of clamp like that. So it'd be in that direction. Your wires will be fed in there and make their attachments there. And once it's in there, it's not stuck, but you got to pop it out. So that's it. As always, go to LeroyDiesel.com if you're interested in a set of these. If you're interested in the 92 to 95, shoot me an email, and we'll see if we can't develop a kit for that soon. And as always, like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, all that good stuff. Have a great day. Bye. Hey guys, just showing you kind of getting set up to do these battery cables. And also wanted to mention that this cable kit is going to be for people who have got the top post batteries. If you've retrofitted or just installed top post batteries in your truck. If you have the side post, we're gonna have to rethink it. So again, this kit's for 96 and newer, for only people who have gone to the top post batteries. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting the old cables off. They were okay, but you can see that's not very professional looking right there. It's not really the right kind of cable. And so I'm taking these apart. I've already got the one off of the back of the alternator, so that's what I'm working on now. I'm going to get that one installed, and then it'll run up here to the new clamp. Anyway, I'll pause the video here and I'll kind of show you what's going on as I get to it. The hardest part of this whole job is going to be getting the main starter cable disconnected and then the new one installed. Once you do that, it's a very simple job. So catch you on the next one. Okay, so one thing you're going to want to do is the new boot that comes with it, you have to really squeeze that over. You may even want to get a little bit of Dawn dish soap or something like that, lubricate that up a little bit. It'll slide over a lot nicer, but you want to get it far enough over where you can obviously get it onto the back of the alternator there. That stud right there is what I'm working on now, and that's it. Okay, so I got the boot on down there. That's a very tight fit. I may actually not include that boot because it doesn't fit super well and it's not really needed, in my opinion. So if you have a boot, you can try to install it. If you get the kit and it's not there, you really don't need it. I was just over buying, I guess I'll say, over ordering when I got all these components, and now we're making these, and so I'm actually doing this for the first time myself. So what I've got though is I've ran from the alternator, I've run it up through the boot, loosely have it sitting here on the clamp that's going to go there in place, and then I've got the new battery cable, the negative side, run up, and it's just loosely over here. It's waiting to go on its new clamp. Let me show you this too. Okay, yeah, this is disconnected. Actually, I'm going to put the camera down for just a second. What I'm doing here is I'm coiling up this 2-gauge wire to show you how flexible this is. It's a very high stranded wire. So here we go. Right there. That's 6 feet, just about 6 feet of 2-gauge cable. And I've got it coiled not even as tightly as I could get it. I just did it right then off camera for you. And to give you an idea, the coil's smaller than my hand. But this stuff is such super high quality. Really impressed with it. And it just makes it so much easier to install when you have that nice high strand flexible wire in there. So I'll get on to the next thing. I'll show you when I think there's something worth showing. Okay, so wanted to show you one more thing. Is again, these are for the top post batteries. That's what this kit's going to go with. And I've also flipped the battery. Normally the positive is, if I remember right, it's on one side or the other or both. I cannot remember at this point. But especially when you had side post battery, over here, and also had top post, it was situated in where, and again, I can't remember which battery, if it was one or both, but the positive was over here, for example, or it was over here, or it could have been both. I don't remember, because I've, since day one, ran these kind of batteries, but I always flip them so the positive is over here towards the inside of the truck and over here. So with this kit, you're going to have to flip your battery, turn it 180 degrees, put the positive on the inside. That way, if you get in a small fender bender and somebody pops you over here with their car, you don't short out your battery. Same thing on the other side. Also, this negative cable is going around, and it's going to connect right here on your bracketry. I've got a fuel filter here mounted, but this is the bracket that would hold your upper radiator hose, and so it bolts right there. One other quick thing is, when I ran the cable from the driver's side, I'm running it, and when I make the connections, there's my brother, P400 truck. When you make the connections on the battery, it makes a lot more sense to put these things kind of back to back and mount them that way. I don't know if I was in focus. Like that. And then the boot will go over that and cover everything. I'll show you more as I progress. And some of the basic tools you're going to need, yours may vary slightly, but mine was a 15 millimeter socket. That's to get the old stuff off, like that connection there for your going on your intake. You'll want a 15 millimeter for this, a 14 millimeter or a 9/16 for the cable connections on the clamps. I've got a 15 millimeter wrench here handy, and anyway, you'll figure out the tools you need, and that's about it so far, except for this starter cable that I just took off. If I wasn't sitting here having to do the camera, this job has probably taken me 15 minutes so far. So pretty easy job. The hardest thing is going to be getting on my back under there to get the starter one done. So that was my brother pulled up. He's got a truck converted to a diesel. It's a crew cab short bed, and he stuck a P400 in here. Did a real good job with it. It's got the factory FFM mounted here. That's a kit we're planning on coming out with. But you can see that the battery cables were already done on this one. And my truck is slightly different, but you can see how the connections are made. And again, it's for the top post battery conversion if you've done that. So just a quick clip here is when the positive cable that's going to attach to your fuse box is going to go right here, and you want it to point backwards, because if you still have this little cover on your factory fuse box panel, then that will clear. If you don't have this panel, go to a junkyard and get one. Okay, so one quick video. I forgot to put the boots on, so make sure you don't forget. It literally took me 15 seconds to fix it, but anyway, something else to think about. Put these boots on before you make the connection, and then I'm going to figure out the routing and how I'm going to use the original, or maybe not the original, but how I'm going to route this cable over to the other battery and how I'm going to secure it. So more to come. Okay, so this is going to be the last clip in this product for this video. I've got it all installed, except I don't have the cable run down to the starter yet. I'm running out of time today, and I've only got 10% left on my phone battery, so I got to get this last one in. So, but you see how it's run here. It runs over to the intake manifold. This one here runs to the to the alternator. This one is running over to the other battery. What I put is some Adele clamps, and you can get the little Christmas tree push-ins. And I want to say those are the originals. So look at your originals, see if you can reuse them. This one, the battery ground, again, I showed you that earlier, is going over there. And got these nice boots on there. Protects everything, and you want to try to get the bolt facing inwards like that. Get it away from that fender. And again, the connections are, I call that back to back. It wouldn't really make sense to do it any other way. And we're going to get a video real quick of my brother's truck starting up, and you see how this connection's made back here on the fuse box. So yeah, my brother's got the exact same cables, and we're going to show you this thing real quick. So and might as well shut it off. Yeah, but it pretty much starts instantly. With the big battery cables like these, you're going to get just fantastic starting results and electrical performance. And if there's anything you need, go to Leroy Diesel. Be sure to like and subscribe this video, comment below, all that good stuff. Any questions, go to the website, leroydiesel.com.